kálẹ́ ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ mi jákèjádò àgbáláyé ẹ̀yin ènìyàn mi ẹ má jẹ́ kí àkọlé tá a lò yìí ẹ má jẹ́ kó yà yín lẹ́nu èrò ọkàn gbogbo àwọn ọmọ kóòtù òjíire nìyẹn sí Gumi àkókò dẹ̀ ti tó tí Olódùmarè ti wá mú èrò ọkàn wa yẹn ó ti mú wá sí ìmúṣẹ. Ìjọba orílẹ̀-èdè Amẹ́ríkà wọ́n ti ṣe interview fún Gumi lónìí láti béèrè gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀, láti béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé báwo ló ṣe rí àdó olóró tí Amẹ́ríkà jù tó jù sí Sókótó lórí àwọn fámìlì ẹ̀, báwo ló ṣe rí sí. Ẹ̀yin ènìyàn mi, Sheikh Gumi ó tún pẹ̀rẹ̀pẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ kò yàtọ̀ sí interview tí wọ́n ń ṣe fún ní lókà ìyẹn ní Nàìjíríà bí àwọn Arise TV, àwọn Channel TV àtàwọn channel mìíràn tó ń sọ fún ọ wípé kò síbi táwọn ará bí fẹ́ lọ sẹ́ ọmọ ìyá wa ni a dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ jọ ṣe pọ̀ bó bá a fẹ́ bá a kọ̀ lómi ìyẹn o bó o fẹ́ ohun ìbáwù kó o sọ èdè ìbáwù kó o pè àbó ríran pé ọmọ ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà wá kí mi lé ni ìwà mi àṣàìmá dáa kí ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè ní kọ́ mọ òun wá kí òun nílé so fúdìí èyí bẹ́ẹ̀ fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ̀ kò síbi tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ lé fámìlì mi sí o ara yín ni àwọn náà wọ́n ti rò pọ̀ mọ́ yín so kò síbi tẹ́ ẹ lè lé wọn lọ. Ẹ̀yin ènìyàn mi, gbogbo àwọn ohun àti èdè wọ̀nyí tí Gumi ń pè kò yàtọ̀ sílẹ̀ tó tún bá àwọn tí wọ́n interview ẹ̀ láti òkè òkun kò tún yàtọ̀ sí o. Ibẹ̀ lèmi ti wá rí pé àsìkò ti tó bá a bá gbọ́ ikú Gumi láìpẹ́ yìí a rí nìrí pé bá wọ́n wá fi bá fighter jet náà wá fi gbé àbí àdó olóró tó tún padà bọ̀ láìpẹ́ yìí ilé Sheikh Gumi ló ti máa balẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin ènìyàn mi, ẹ̀yin ọmọ kóòtù òjíire, ṣé kí n sọ wípé ká kíra wa kú oríire ni nítorí pé èmi mọ̀ pé tó ti lè mú tí ìjọba Amẹ́ríkà fi lọ pé tó fi lè rán mídíà láti tí wọ́n lè fi interview ẹ̀ yẹn, mo mọ̀ pé ọwọ́ ti kàn wọ́n lókè. Donald Trump iṣẹ́ ti dọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀ pé aláwẹ̀ wa láì jẹ́ pé a mú kúrò ńlẹ̀ Nàìjíríà ò lè nísinmi, aláwẹ̀ wa láì ṣe pé a mú kúrò ńlẹ̀ àti mùsùlùmí àti kìrìsìtẹ́nì ikú a máa pa wọ́n lójoojúmọ́ ni lọ́wọ́ àwọn aráabí. Ẹ̀yin ènìyàn mi, adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Elédùmarè o, adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Elédùmarè. Fídíò tí mo mú wá fún yín yìí interview yẹn ni màá fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ farabalẹ̀ wò. Lẹ́yìn interview yìí fídíò bàbá wa kan náà tún sọ̀rọ̀. Lẹ́yìn interview tó ṣe yẹn bàbá wa kan tún sọ̀rọ̀ nínú fídíò yìí. Màá tún fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ gbọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tí bàbá yìí tún sọ nípa Gumi. Ibẹ̀ lẹ ti máa mọ̀ wípé ìgbésẹ̀ tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí tó fi di pé láti òkè òkun wọ́n ti ń ṣe interview fún Sheikh Gumi látàrí àdó olóró tọ́jú pé báwo ló ṣe rí sí kẹ́ ẹ bá lè mọ̀ pé Ọlọ́run ti fẹ́ gbàdúrà wa. Ẹ̀yin ènìyàn mi, ẹ̀yin ọmọ kóòtù òjíire, màá fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ wo fídíò yẹn, màá fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ wò ẹ lè mọ̀ pé àsìkò láti dúpẹ́ rèé láti túbọ̀ máa gbàdúrà sí wípé kí Olódùmarè jẹ́ kó tètè yá ní kọ́kọ́kọ́ ká dédé gbọ́ pé arákùnrin yìí sọnù lójijì nítorí pé àìmọye ẹ̀mí ló ti ti ọwọ́ arákùnrin yìí bọ́ o. Lẹ́nu ara ẹ̀ ó sọ ó ní láti 2015 ní Boko Haram ti operate. Ẹ wá wo 2015, ẹ wo sí àsìkò tá a wà yìí, ẹ rí i pé ọdún gbọọrọ díẹ̀ ni. Ẹ rí i pé ọdún díẹ̀ sẹ́yìn ni, ṣé 15 tiẹ̀ ni àbí 2013 gan. Ẹ̀yin ènìyàn mi, ẹ̀yin ọmọ kóòtù òjíire, láti ìgbà yẹn di sí yìí ni Gumi ti ń defend àwọn agbésùmọ̀mí o. Ẹ wá wo àtìgbà yẹn sísìn, ẹ wo iye ẹ̀mí tó ti lọ ní Nàìjíríà, ẹ wo iye ẹ̀mí tó ti sọnù. So lásìkò tá a wà yìí gbogbo wa à ń sọ bí eré pé ìjọba Amẹ́ríkà tó dé sí Nàìjíríà yìí àdúrà wa ló gbé wá, ẹkún àwa mẹ̀kúnnù ló gbé arákùnrin wá. àwọn kan wá sọ pé ìjọba Nàìjíríà àwọn jọ fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ ni ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi mo ṣe ń sọ fún yín bàbá ńlá arọ ni o tó bá jẹ́ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Donald Trump ò tún ní máa sọ fún Tinubu pé tí ò bá ṣe ohun tó tọ́ tó yẹ òun tún ṣe ń padà bọ̀ ó tún ṣe máa continue bẹ́yẹn ẹ̀yin ènìyàn mi ẹ farabalẹ̀ dáadáa èmi mọ̀ pé lágbára Elédùmarè Gumi a máa wá tì lórílẹ̀‐èdè yẹn ẹ̀dọ́ náà Nàìjíríà ò ṣe orílẹ̀‐èdè o bẹ̀t pé kí ìpànìyàn tiẹ̀ dáwọ́ dúró ìbí tá ìpànìyàn bá dáwọ́ dúró àwa tá a fẹ́ béèrè fún Odùduwà nation à á lè ráyè sọ pé à á lè mọ nǹkan tá a máa ṣe wọ́n palẹ̀ ní palógún palẹ̀ wọn kó ní ní ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì kó ní ní gbogbo ẹ̀ ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ mi àwa mọ̀ pọ̀ ọ̀nà kan ṣoṣo tó kù òun ni Odùduwà nation mo dẹ̀ tún rọ gbogbo ẹ̀yin ènìyàn wa tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń kọ lẹ́tà because èmi mọ̀ pé ìgbésẹ̀ tí Trump ń gbé yìí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Gumi èmi mọ̀ pé ó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin bàbá wa kan nú ó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin ọ̀mọ̀wé wa kan nú ó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin èèyàn jàǹkànjàǹkàn orílẹ̀-èdè Oòduà wa nínú àbí igbe wa náà ló tún débẹ̀ ẹ dákun ẹ dábọ̀ ẹ tún bá wa máa sọ fún o wípé lẹ́yìn tí gbogbo àwọn báńdíìtì wọ̀nyí tó bá kó wọn kúrò lẹ̀ àwa kan ń bẹ̀bẹ̀ fún orílẹ̀-èdè tiwa o torí pé tó bá pa báńdíìtì tán kò lè pa àwọn politicians tí wọ́n fìyà jẹ wá o tí wọ́n ò fẹ́ kí ọjọ́ ọ̀la kọ̀kọ́ sí fáwọn ọmọ wa nítorí ìjẹkújẹ tiwọn ẹ bá sọ fún o pé a fẹ́ dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè torí ìyẹn nìkan ṣoṣo ló lè pè wá ẹ̀yin ènìyàn mi ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ wo interview eléyìí tó ṣe fún Sheikh Gumi lónìí ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi ẹ farabalẹ̀ ẹ bá mi wo fídíò láti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ dópin èyí tẹ́yìn náà bá rí ẹ fi sábẹ́ comment section ẹ bá mi wo.
Let's discuss this further with Sheikh Ahmed Abubakar Gumi, Islamic cleric and former officer in the Nigerian Army. Welcome to the program, sir. What's your reaction to U.S. conducting missile strikes targeting alleged ISIS positions in Nigeria?
Okay, good morning. It's not only my reaction. The general temperature here is that this is uncalled for, and that people are getting worried that America is giving itself the prerogative to attack Nigeria anyhow, anytime it wants, and it's infringing on our sovereignty. So this is very uncalled for. Nigerian military can handle the situation very well, but it needs support. Support not from the direct attack and aggression from a foreigner on the country. Nigeria, we had a civil war in which many countries assisted Nigeria in quelling that rebellion. And this is the kind of assistance Nigerians need, not direct intervention from a foreigner that has threatened and disgraced the country. Trump was quoted as saying it's a disgraced country. So how can we allow ourselves to be disgraced by this man?
And President Trump says the attacks were intended to protect Christians who the U.S. claims are victims of terrorists in the region. How justified is that explanation? What other motivation could Washington have to strike, do you think?
No, you see, whoever wants to commit a crime has always a justification. Otherwise, Sokoto State has more than 95% Muslims. And there is no any incidents where there is an attack on churches or Christians there. So if there is anything, it should be another state where Christians and Muslims are fighting each other. That is where we expected, even if there is going to be. But as a principle, we reject totally that any foreigner should fire and attack us in any sense or in any form, and also coerce Nigeria into accepting this status.
You know, judging by what you're saying, it does sound a bit dodgy, frankly speaking. And Trump warned Nigeria last month that if it didn't address the Christian security concerns, he would send in the military with, quote, guns a-blazing. What do you think about that statement?
Look at it now. The Minister of Defense is a Christian. The Chief of Defense Staff, where all the security output is a Christian. So what else do you want us to do? Will these Christians be killing Christians? There's nothing like Christian genocide. It's just a claim by them. If they want to commit everything, they have also a reason, the justification. But there is no any Christian genocide in Nigeria. Well, are Christian killed and Muslim killed? Yes, there is a killing between herders and farmers clashes, which has metamorphosed into what we are seeing now. Clashes all over the fault lines. But Muslims attacking Christians or Christians attacking Muslims in a form of genocide is not in Nigeria now. So it's just a claim, and they have an ulterior motive, which is what all Nigerians, most Nigerians believe. Maybe they want a base in Nigeria because they don't have access to the Sahel region and many other things. Nigeria is full of minerals. Nigeria is an oil-producing country. Nigeria has gold, uranium, or name it, we have it. So I think there is a foreign greed about what Nigeria has.
And the Nigerian government has repeatedly responded by saying it would never turn a blind eye to religious persecution. How could a large-scale operation be expected to root out extremist groups in rural parts of the country?
No, it's not. In fact, militarily, it's not even possible because the real terrorists are somewhere in the northeast of Nigeria. Now they will be hiding and getting themselves, because they have seen what America can do. It's not going to cure anything. It's only going to destabilize the nation. And look at how villagers now are afraid. They can't even, they can't sleep in their villages. And it will come to a situation, if they continue like that, villagers would prefer even the terrorists than this big terror, dropping bombs and missiles on people's homes and people's land.
And Nigeria has also confirmed that it's engaged in a security operation with the United States. What do you think about that cooperation, especially given the U.S. track record on eliminating terrorist groups in Africa?
You see, if there is that cooperation, we need to hear it before the attack from Nigerian sources. But Trump has said it is a Christmas gift he has given to Nigerians. And so I think the discrepancy between the narration between the Nigerian government and the American pronunciation, one can smell there is something fishy about that.
They are part of us and we are part of them. We must live with them. You can't drive them away, and they can't drive us away. They are our neighbors, so we should never allow them to be our enemies.
First of all, what do you mean by they are part of us? Whose family are they? And why do you keep saying us? Because I want to understand, what does us mean? What is the meaning of us? Who is us? You and who? Them and who? Where? How? They are our enemies. They are our enemies. I don't know if maybe I'm not speaking English. They are our enemies, uncle. They are our enemies. It's not you that will tell us who our enemy is. Do you understand? They are our enemies. If they're not your enemies, no problem. I'm happy for you. You barely even represent common sense. Yeah! When they were doing the kidnapping, you didn't have any moral outreach. You were silent most of the time. I think you and these terrorists need to just pack yourselves, enter a bus or a lorry, and go and build your own country elsewhere. Just go. Create your own country, make your rules there, enjoy yourself. Nobody will come there to come and stress you. Because here, we're busy trying to stay alive. They're not part of me, they're not part of my family, I don't know them. I will never know them. We need to clarify, because I am sure that I am not related to these people. I'm not related to them. I don't know about you, but I'm not related to them. Terrorists are around, sneezing, and the minute you hear it, you will just rush like one PR manager. You're always worried about their feelings, always worried about, what they're doing, always talking about how, the decisive actions are immoral. You're not a policy maker. You're not the government. Nigeria is not run by clerics with Facebook pages. It is run by elected officials. And let's not forget, their soldiers are actually dying in the field. While you're here, going around, justifying what these people are doing. You speak as if Nigeria belongs to you personally. And maybe we are tenants in your compound. Because newsflash, we are not. We are not.
Islam forbids corruption. Islam warns the Ummah, that is the Islamic community, against anyone who uses religion to cover bloodshed. So, if our northern leaders are really good Muslims, why did these people break every Islamic rules of leadership? Among these northern leaders, one name stand out: Sheikh Ahmed Gumi. And today we are going to talk about who Gumi really is. Now, before I proceed, I want to say this. Sheikh Ahmed Gumi, you have walked into the forest many times, but today the forest is looking back at you. Nigerians has watched your pattern. Saudi Arabia has watched your pattern. The world has watched your pattern. You build your influence in silence, but today silence is no longer your shelter. Understand this clearly. No man who legalized terror escape the wrath of truth. Your blueprint is no longer hidden. Your methods are no longer mysterious. Your alliances is no longer invisible. You became the voice of men with guns, but now Nigeria is becoming the voice against your deceit. This message is not a threat. It is a mirror. Look at it very well and see yourself clearly, because we have seen you and your script is finished. From childhood, Gumi grow up inside power, not money power, not political power, now ideological power. Ahmed Gumi was born the same day Nigeria got their independence. That was 1st of October 1960 in Kano State. Ahmed Gumi attended Sadwana Memorial College for his secondary school education. Afterward, he gained an admission into Madibelo University, where he studied medicine. After graduating, Gumi was enlisted into the Nigeria Defense Academy and he served as a medical officer. He attended the rank of a captain before he retired. By then, he had already have a deeper exposure to military structure, their operation, and their strategy. Now, after leaving the army, he traveled to Saudi Arabia. This is where Gumi transformation started from. Gumi got a role into Akura University, where he was exposed to deeper Islamic rules and laws, global Islamic politics, and Islamic ideological power shaping Africa. Now, people don't understand the importance of those things when Gumi they exposed to. Saudi Arabia is where you learn how Islamic influence operate on a global level. Now, after the whole study in Saudi Arabia, Gumi returned back to Nigeria. But at that time, he was not just an Islamic preacher anymore. He was now a product of two systems: a military mind plus a religious identity. That combination is rare, dangerous, and powerful in the north. Now, after he came back from the Saudi Arabia, he became a teacher in the Nigeria Defense Academy. So, with all this knowledge where Gumi gathered from Saudi and Nigeria Academy, he started doing preaching work. He was doing some daily Tafa program, preaching religion. So, this man started coming on air, start doing some charity work. So, people call they see him as public figure, so he call they gain followers. Now, many of these armed group that is in the forest, the X-Men, the Boko Haram, all those people, they don't listen to this man preaching, to his program. So they always see this man as a father. Now, why is he say many of them, they respect her so much? Because this bandit will never trust a certain politician, a Christian leader, or a military officer. But you see Gumi mirror these people. They can see their self in him. Now, here is where he become more tough. Within the northern Nigeria, there is a quiet, massive competition going on. A competition for religious dominance, political influence, control of armed groups. So, for Gumi, becoming the man that can talk to bandits, make Gumi itself a power structure outside politics. Because that will give him influence, relevance, funding, and political leverage. So every time bandits strike again, Gumi become important again. That is why he defends them publicly, because he strengthens his role as a negotiator. Know this, bandits are not just criminals. They are a force, and whosoever influences them owns power. Now, listen carefully. This is the part people don't know about him yet. Gumi has an agenda independently of everyone around him. And his agenda is bigger than bandits, bigger than government, bigger than Nigeria. Gumi is trying to become the ideological godfather of northern bandits, but without openly identifying himself as a jihadist. That is why when Gumi traveled to Saudi to perform the Hajj pilgrimage, despite having a valid visa, he was denied entry. You should ask yourself, why a country that welcomed me before suddenly marked him as red flag? Because Saudi intelligence saw what Nigeria has refused to see. The danger here is not that Gumi speak to bandito. Anyone can talk to anyone. The danger is that Gumi defines them. He creates the language around them. He gives them an identity beyond crime. And that is dangerous because narrative build legitimacy and legitimacy build power. I know some of you might be wondering why they never arrest this man, because if Gumi should be exposed, names go come out. The name what we no ever expect for this country, all of them go come out. That is why the government are playing safe. So this is the overview of who Gumi is. Because now, bandit don't they give order, make police arrest politicians. They will not fall to these people trouble, because that is the agenda they want to set to Nigeria. So should not be carried away with these people plan. How we respond, we now determine our fate to know where we belong to, and for bandit to know where they will belong to. That is it.
You dey find real Yoruba gist, culture, truth, and vibes. Now here they. Arole Baba Media. No dollar. Subscribe. Sharp, sharp.